Hello, this is Quang, Premium Finance Broker of CWF Group and also the author of Keep Calm and Mortgage On, which is on Amazon.com. So in this week's video, we're going to talk about a very hot topic that a lot of people are doing. It's house and land, mainly construction loans. Okay. So a lot of people don't know about construction loans. What is this about? I do it every, maybe 4 or 5 deals every week. Badgerys Creek, the new airport. They're building a lot of stuff there. They kicked out everyone and they're doing the new airport. So a lot of surrounding suburbs, ripple effect. There's Orange Park, there's Milton Grange, there's Catherine Fields. All those areas around that. Liverpool, Casula catchment, they're doing a lot of house and land package. A lot of land, which is pre-packaged that you can build on. They're usually between 650 to 750. Okay, so a lot of people are getting house and land packages, and I'm getting a lot of questions about what is a house and land loan look like? What does a construction loan look like? Okay, let me just break it down. Okay, so firstly, you have the land, right? You have the land. Then you have the house, which is the builder's plan. And usually it's a fixed contract, which equals the final price. Say it's 700,000, right? So, 4 better. 2 bath, yada yada yada. Okay, so what happens is you need to get a loan on that. That settles in, I don't know, say you got to settle the land in November 2017, and then 2 weeks after that, you need to start construction. So say this is how it works. To get a construction loan, I do suggest you when you go see a lender or do see a broker, is that you tell them about the whole project. Okay? You don't go, I want to settle on the land. I just want to settle on the land. Because if you just want to settle on the land, you'll just get finance on the land. And when construction is called, you can have to apply for finance to get the construction done. Okay? Why is this not good? Well, number one, it's inconvenient for you. You got to apply twice. And plus, by the time the land settles, you only have 2 weeks to get the finance for the construction. Okay? You'll be running around for that 2 weeks to get that done. So always, always, always apply for the entire project. Okay? Because I know in the top of your mind, the builder, the agent say, hey, we need to settle on the land. They never talk about the construction. Always do house and land construction at the same time. Okay, so that's my tip number 1. Always do finance for house and land same time. Okay, now number 2. People ask me, what is the construction process? Okay, so this is how the bank works, okay? Say your construction, so say if it's $700,000, the land is, for hypothetically, $350K for land, $350K for construction. Alright? They will give you, for example, you borrow typically 80% without mortgage insurance, 80% on the land, 80% on the construction. Okay? Which means you fork out 20%. Now, the land, they give you one-off, paid. Okay? Settled on the land. The construction is actually in usually 5 phases. You have the slab, which is the concrete stage, the concrete slab. Number 2 is the framework, right? That's when they start building up all the wooden frames and stuff, right? Number 3, it's when they start doing, the brick work. And then the brick work then involves to, maybe starting to build the roof. Number 4 is usually so this is more like the roof and then all that stuff that surrounds the house. Number 4 is the lock-up stage. So that's when they put in the keys, the windows, right, the locks. And finally, number 5 is just the finishing touches, right? Finishing touches, okay? So what happens is the bank would fund progressively, okay? So basically, if the loan is like, 350,000, they might say, I don't know, 50K here, and then add framework another 70K, and then blah, 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 blah. That equals $350,000. Every step of the stage, you need to be really involved with the banker or the broker, okay? Because what happens for my clients, when they do a construction and the slab is done, they send me the receipt, the invoice, which then I communicate with the bank to say, hey, we want the slab funded. And usually the bank would either do 2 things. They will send a surveyor out to see whether the slab has been done correctly, or they take your word for it. They usually, in that 5 stages, they send it twice. They usually send it maybe on the framework stage and the lockup stage. Okay? Now, every stage you progressively get the money paid. So there has to be a back and forth, really good communication with the broker or the banker and yourself and the builder. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is, don't think you're going to get 350,000, it's going to put in your bank account and you control it. No, you don't. It's not controlled like that. The bank progressively pays you as you go along. Okay? So get that. Now, one big misconception with construction loans is you can do principal and interest or interest only on the land, but for the construction you can only do interest only. Okay? And usually construction loans for interest only are slightly higher, looking about 5.1 to 5.3%. It has to be variable, you cannot fix it. You can fix land can be fixed at 3.94% at the cheapest of P&I, or interest only 4.49, alright? But construction, you cannot fix it, because you don't know what is the amount. And you can't be principal and interest, because the bank does not allow that. So what happens is, you might be concerned about this rate, but always remember, a lot of clients do forget, once you get this all done, say after 12 months, you got your house, you got the keys, convert this construction loan back into a cheaper loan, alright? Just go, hey, I want to do on P&I, or I want on fix. You can actually convert that and renegotiate the pricing. And also, it'll be good too when you can tell your broker or a banker to get a revaluation on the house to see what is the final product be like. Just out of curiosity, doesn't cost you. So that is house and land packages and getting a construction loan. Obviously a bit more information, but hopefully certain parts you can draw back out and apply when you do apply for a construction loan. It is quite easy, but it's just more involved because you're building a loan as you're going along the way. Okay? And as a tip, if you're not happy with the work of the builder, you can choose not to pay it. You can, because you are the final person that signs off that progress payment to pay the builder. If you're not happy with it, just go to the builder, look, I need you to make changes here and there before I pay you. And the bank will 100% support you. Okay? So, in the meantime, I hope I described construction loans to you in a very simplistic way. Like I said, in summary, a construction loan is best when you apply for the overall. Don't just apply for the land, apply for the land and construction. Number 2, construction comes in phases. And there's usually 5 phases. Like I said, slab, framework, then you have the brick, the roof, the lockout, and then the final finishing touches. And it's progressive, so most of the time it's quite slow, okay? So there's a lot of communication you have to go with your banker and broker. And as an extra tip, you can fix your land, but you can't fix your construction loan. So obviously in that 12 months when they're building, there is a holding cost of this property doing nothing and you're charging a higher rate. But don't worry, once it's done, you can refix it into a more better rate and you can revalue it, which obviously that's the reason why you do house and land. It's cheaper and the final market price is always usually higher. So in the meantime, I hope you understand this. Any questions, leave on the comments below. And in the meantime, keep calm and mortgage on.